Oh dear. It's a night that has posed a lot of questions. I think that's fair to say, Dean. England's all-out attacking tactics backfired then as Greece left Wembley with all 3 points in the Nations League. The interim boss, Lee Carsley, decided it was best to play without a recognised striker in Harry Kane's absence, as he opted for Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, Jude Bellingham and Anthony Gordon, all in his starting 11. And it could have been worse for England, as Greece not only scored 2, but also had 3 more ruled out for offside. And after seeing the chances of him getting the full-time job go up in smoke, maybe he might be able to rectify it, you never know. Carsley was asked if he still hopes to be appointed the England boss.
I was quite surprised after the last camp, in terms of like the job's mine and like it's mine to lose and all the rest of it. My remit has been clear from the start. I'm doing 3 camps, there's 3 games left, and then hopefully I'll be going back to the 21s. So it's neither almost no impact.
Hopefully you'll be going back to the 21s though. Do you not want the job permanently, or?
No, I said at the start that I won't rule myself in or out, and that's still the case. I'm more than comfortable in my position where I am. The remit was clear. I'm comfortable and confident with that. So after the first camp, I definitely didn't get too excited or believe too much. I know that I'm very very aware that this job is one of the best jobs in the world in terms of the you've actually got a chance of winning. Obviously, I'm talking about that after a loss, but in terms of a major competition, and that's still the case.
Interesting post-match comments there, Dino, from Lee Carsley, saying hopefully he will go back to the under-21s. Is it all over for him then?
Well, that was a strange interview for me. I mean, he's obviously thinking I could ruin my career managing England interim, and it looked like he's got the job before the kick-off yesterday, and it looks like now he's accepted I'm not going to get the job. I'm going to go back to the under-21s and carry on with what I was doing, and maybe get a club job before he ends up managing England again. But, I mean, last night, there's lots of things to talk about, I know, but the team he put out there was, let's see how many good players I can get on the pitch and try and work it out for yourselves, lads. If you give that team to Pep Guardiola for 3 weeks, and you had 3 weeks with them every day, they'd play like they can play. But to try and do that last night and hope that it all just come together
in just a few days.
Well, you've got everyone wants to be number 10. They're all, even Bellingham's getting the ball off the back 4. And I've always said this: you're only as good as your strikers. There's not many teams in the world that can play with a false number 9 consistently. You've got Ollie Watkins sat on the bench. If I was Ollie Watkins, I'd be raging. Yeah, I'd be devastated, thinking that I'll bide my time. As soon as Harry Kane's injured or he packs in, I'll be the next in line. I'll step up and play for England. I'll say nothing, get on with it. He's watched Harry Kane have a bad tournament, never got on until right at the end where he got on and scored a good goal. He had a chance when he came on last night. But strikers have got an instinct that other players haven't got. They can turn a cross into a goal.
What do you think Carsley's thinking was behind the lineup he selected?
I can only think he's either thought we'll play right through these like Barcelona play, Messi and Iniesta, and we'll just pop it through them. But he knew they were going to play a low block. So he's maybe thinking there's no space for Ollie Watkins to run into. We're going to have to conjure up something around the edge of the box and use the players in the last third who are really good. But if you go through the team as well, you have to put some responsibility on the players as well. When Saka goes home last night and looks in the mirror, have I played well tonight? No. He's playing on his normal position on the right. Anthony Gordon, have I played well tonight? No, not really. I thought Bellingham looked class at times. Foden, have I played well tonight? Have I had an impact? Not really. Palmer has got an excuse, playing out of position, playing a bit deeper than normal. Declan Rice, have I played well tonight? No. 2 centre-backs, have you played well? Not really. Shocking defending at times in the box. He's got Rico Williams at left-back, who's learning on the job. He's a good young player, but he's learning at left-back. Trent done some class things like he normally does, some great passes, but got caught out of position. And there was an example last night of inverted full-backs not working, leaving your 2 centre-halves stranded with gaps either side of them, and they paid the price. It could have been worse.
Well, like we said, 3 goals were ruled out for offside in that game for Greece. As always, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy were reacting to last night's game on the Sports Bar, and Jamie said last night that it has proved everyone has been overhyping Lee Carsley's credentials.
Everyone's been bigging up all the back pages yesterday, like Cardiola and all this rubbish that they're coming out with. The guy hasn't managed a team at the top level. He's an under-21s coach. I'm sorry, that you're dealing with kids. You're dealing with young lads who are naive and will make mistakes. But you can get away with it because it's the under-21s. You're playing at the highest level and you've put a team performance out like that all over the gaff.
Obviously, Jamie, scathing of what happened last night. And hindsight is a wonderful thing. It's been touched on before. I think even Stuart Pearce sort of highlighted in that little montage that we brought you earlier on about there's always been talk of let's play our best players. Let's get all the most amazing attacking talent that we can have in this squad, in this first 11, and see what they can do. If they'd won that game last night, and I know it's hindsight, but if they'd won that game, we'd all be waxing lyrical right now about Lee Carsley. It didn't work out that way. Has that in some ways made us all aware that Gareth Southgate really did have a difficult job on his hands? Because it was very difficult to put in all these incredible players that England do have.
Well, I wouldn't be too critical on Lee Carsley. I think before the kickoff, everybody thought, great, that looks good.
But remember, everybody was saying Gareth Southgate needs to play, a similar sort of attacking lineup that we saw last night.
Yeah, I just thought some of the players looked like... I found myself thinking some of the players are like robots. Like they play like a game of chess for their clubs. They, hold your position. And last night I was thinking for a bit of imagination around the box and obviously with those footballers, you haven't got a striker to get on the end of the final pass. There's not a Haaland there who's going to tap it in, so you're going to have to play through them and get shots from the edge of the box. But, some of them haven't turned up as well. Lee Carsley's not said to Saka and Gordon, don't beat the fullback, don't shoot. Bellingham's goal was the first shot on target since the second minute, I think, with that group of players on the pitch.
There's only 2 shots on target overall for this team that, as we mentioned many a time, had such attacking potential in it. It just did not click at all. Also on the Sports Bar, Dino, last night, John, the Liverpool fan, claimed last night was the worst England performance he has ever seen, and he does not want to see Carsley in the dugout on Sunday.
I've never seen anything like it. I've watched it as a kid from 1966 England. I'll tell you what, it's the worst performance I've ever seen. And this donkey, he wants to try something out for 20 minutes and then try it out. I've never seen anything like it.
It's come back to bite him, that comment.
I don't know why he said it, mate. No idea why he said it. So you're not having him, John?
No, not having him. He's got to go, mate. Flipping out.
Well, he's not going to go yet. He's got the game on Sunday. But you're saying he shouldn't get the job?
No, definitely not. Chuck him out now. I'll just tacked him halfway through the game if I had a choice.
Wow. Well, don't forget they are at Finland on Sunday. So John doesn't want him in charge for that game. That's not going to happen, obviously. They are going to have to stick with him for now. And he's got 2 more games after that, Greece and the Republic of Ireland to come in the Nations League in the November international break. Just lastly on this before we hit a break, do you think Carsley can turn it around? Can he get 3 positive results from these Nations League matches coming up that could see him become the England manager full-time?
No, I think the coach of England is coaching really in the last third of the pitch. England have got the ball in most games for the majority of the game. Gareth Southgate didn't trust his 2 centre-backs. That's why he played 2 sitting midfield players in front. He was criticised for that, but he thought if I leave the 2 centre-backs on their own, they can't defend at this level. So if you're going to play like England play, the coach has to be like Pep Guardiola, for example. I mentioned him earlier. He'd have a magic triangle on the right of Saka, Palmer. They played NFL playbook. So Sterling used to get in behind the back 4, but it was all planned. Admittedly, De Bruyne's on the ball, but that's what you're coaching. The hardest part of coaching is getting a team to attack and keep the ball and actually score goals against the opposition. That's the hard part. The easy bit is making you solid. That's the easy bit of coaching. So the coach of England, for me, has to be someone who says to Palmer, says to Bellingham, says to Foden, do not go where you want to go tonight. Have some discipline. He's number 10, not you. You keep the fullbacks wide so we can get the ball through the middle of the centre-back. All that type of chat.
But that was lacking. that discipline that you're talking about.
And he's not had long enough to play like he played last night. And by the way, once again, I'll say it again, in hindsight, it's easy, but some of the players haven't played well as well. You know, they won't be happy with their own performance.
Right, well, they haven't got long until they have to turn it around, as we mentioned, Finland on Sunday. But England fans, the floor is yours this morning. We want to hear from you. 03717 223344. Is it all over for Lee Carsley after that performance yesterday? Who do you want to see appointed as the next boss? Why not give us a call and share your thoughts with us? And maybe there's someone out there that's thinking, come on, give Lee Carsley a chance. It's one defeat, but you were pleased to see at least him trying to experiment with something. Do let us know. We'd love to hear from you this morning. And coming up, we're going to focus on the brilliance of English cricket and continue the review of that game last night.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.